Yeah, Dusty and I were good friends, and Dusty confided in me a lot. Dusty was the big reason. Dusty and Ric Flair were the big reasons that the Crockett's back in those days, early days, and depended on me, liked my work. Dusty and Flair were big supporters of mine. So I was always very friendly, and I, always, when I go back and think about my career and point to some of the people who were instrumental in my career, Dusty and Ric Flair are two of the top ones. So now I'm here in the WWF, and Bruce Pritchard, and I can remember it vividly, and I'm going to tell this story in Dallas too, with Bruce there. And Bruce will probably, he'll probably embellish it to make it seem like I'm full of crap, but in reality, we all know it's Bruce that's full of crap. But here's how the story goes, and it's a true story. Bruce calls me into his office, and he says, well, I got good news for you. And I said, okay, what is it? He said, we're bringing in one of your buddies. And I said, yeah? He said, yeah, we're bringing in Dusty Rhodes. I said, you've got to be kidding me. And I said, well, is he going to book? What's he going to do? He said, no, he's going to wrestle. I said, okay. He said, but I'm going to tell you something that you're not going to believe. And I said, what is it? He said, he's going to be wearing polka dots. And I said, yeah, you're right. I don't believe it. He said, I'm serious. He's going to be wearing polka dots. I said, no, he's not. He said, yes, he is. And I said, okay. So I get home, and I don't think it was that same day, but I think it was maybe a day or two later. I called Dusty because I knew his number, and I said, you're coming in, right? He said, yeah. Are you excited? I said, yeah, I'm excited. He said, I'm excited too. And I almost said, are you really wearing polka dots? But I thought it was such a big joke from Bruce that I didn't want to bring it up. I should have said, Bruce Pritchard's telling me you're wearing polka dots, but I think he's full of shit. And I would have been wrong because he did wear polka dots. And what that was all about, I don't know. With the exception of maybe there's a lot of theories out there that they were trying to embarrass Dusty and go completely different gimmick than the cowboy gimmick that he had, the Texas tough guy gimmick that he had. But I never believed he was wearing polka dots until I really saw it. And that was a shock. So I was afraid to say anything to him about it, to think this was a big rib, maybe played on me or something, I don't know. So, but he did wear polka dots.
Yeah, he wore polka dots. Yeah, and he was probably the best guy to ever put on a goddamn polka dot because he really he made it work in those vignettes they had for him, pulling stuff out of the toilets, the son of the plumber, really taking that to the extreme, the garbage man, all the stuff that they did. He was a common man. But did you think he fit well?
Well, with the WWF? Well, not as I don't know. I mean, Dusty, before he was Dusty Rhodes with the polka dots, the Vince, he had been brought in many times, I guess by Vince Sr. as a special attraction and had a lot of some matches in Madison Square Garden and the WWF. Dusty was people forget about, we talk about Dusty as the booker, but he, you talked about Chad the Vignettes. He was a funny, irreverent guy who got over just by his wit and his ability to talk. So he could adapt to anything. And you go back and listen to some of the commentary that he did with me and Heenan, and some of that stuff is absolutely priceless. He was so funny. He was so talented. He was so entertaining and engaging that it did not surprise me that Dusty was able to do well in the WWF, even in polka dots. He was smart. He was a smart guy.